It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And coming up, we'll see DK Metcalf.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Saunders. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop any like that one. 2nd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And some space here. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. That old coach told me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where a play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. The Saints at 3-7 now in the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. With the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Tackle there by Lewis Seen.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
2nd and 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Here we go with Kamara. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll set up a throw. Touchdown! DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We saw these defenders fly to the football their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
From the gun on 3rd down, Saunders leaves it for Petty. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walk the ball, his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
This is brought in at the 21. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And they will take over 1st and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Back to throw now on first down. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run on first down with Singletary. They juked him, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He completes it to Olave. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 2nd down, here's Penny. Ooh, and a juke. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They keep it with Penny on first down. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Saunders. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. That's the former Buckeye Pete Warner getting the sack. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Saunders. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I've played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot, if that's what they want to do.
They'll run for it with Penny. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the 1st down yardage before he's brought down.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field. He wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 51 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. On 1st and 10, Saunders. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Saunders. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. Then he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Buying time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He's got 2 touchdown passes on his first 2 drives, and he'll try again here on drive 3. Singletary to get the drive started. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Back to throw. Saunders.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
That partner guaranteed they approach this point with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Saunders. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball in the passing game, though, is part of their game plan. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
How about that for an exciting end to the half? I mean, instead of surrendering a late field goal at the gun, they run back the block kick to extend their lead.
What's that old expression? Fortune favors the bold. They boldly went after it, got it. Worked out pretty darn well for them.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis operating gun, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Let's take it inside his own 40. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Saunders got a man and he hits him in stride. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Looking to throw on second down. Saunders shifts past him. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Penny up the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Rashad Penny with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and he makes the score 21-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. So here are the Saints to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, do a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field trip, those rubber pads flying up. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Saunders.
They'll get this out wide to Penny.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw. Saunders. He's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what some defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw again.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Inside handoff, Penny.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Rashad Penny with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to come into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. And he's got it. So they're trying for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit.
Back now here live in New Orleans. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a 1st down as well. Kamara up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. Gregory Rousseau, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Gregory Rousseau, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Saunders. Oh, able to avoid him. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Saunders, complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On the very outer edge of field goal range, it will be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. A fourth quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. On second down, Kamara. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the give, this is their fullback. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. A give up the middle to Singletary. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe the old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Let's go.
They run. It's Kamara. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down 21-18, 20 seconds to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down. He's back to throw.
Completes this to Jefferson. And they'll get him down after a gain of 7, but they'll happily give him that.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
We really can't ask for much